My name is Rishabh Jain. I'm a video journalist for the Associated Press. I work at the South Asia desk, which is based in New Delhi. I think growing up, I was very fascinated by stories, listening to stories first, and then as I got to college, I realized, telling stories is what I want to do. And being a journalist puts you in a very cool position where you not only listen to stories, but you have the opportunity to relay them and bring those stories to the masses. I really believe in bottom-up journalism, so covering people who are right at the bottom of the pyramid, who don't get enough attention in mainstream media, instead of covering the top 1% who are incessantly in the media. And these stories are just wonderful, horrible, everything that you can imagine. These stories are that. And I don't think you need much motivation to tell those stories. You think that that's your job, and someone is opening up to you, someone's pouring their heart out to you, telling you about the most horrific things that they've gone through, and at that point it almost feels like a duty to bring these stories out and relay them to everyone else. The Rohingya stories, I spent over a year in Bangladesh in the Rohingya refugee camps. And I didn't spend the entire year. This was over 5 trips that I went back and forth, but I've seen extreme poverty firsthand. But nothing that I saw or experienced in my life prior to the Rohingya refugee camps prepared me for what I saw in the camps, And these are people who have not only been pushed out of their homes, but are now living in such, such difficult situations, all clamped together. To see people who are living in such squalid conditions, but people who still have smiles on their faces, hopes for a better future, and it changes you, it affects you to a point where you become a nicer person, you become more humble, you start appreciating things in life. And that's how the refugees have impacted my life. Being young, when you don't have too much experience, it's not like you go in already thinking what you're going to get. You go in thinking you're going to talk to more people, and the stories will come out of that. I don't go in with an agenda. I just go in to absorb whatever it is out there to absorb, and there's so much, especially in the Rohingya camps. And then be able to come back and sort of think, okay, this is what I have, and now these are the stories that I want to tell after my reporting. And it's a different approach, which sort of gives you an opportunity to tell stories that are more real, that are more unique, and frankly, stories that people want to read.